Hello, I am Richard A. Boxall, and this is my short and almost daily podcast in which I chronicle my life and attempt to be a writer by writing daily. Ish.
You're listening to the diary of a wannabe writer, Season 3.
Hello, today is Saturday the 27th of June 2026. Welcome to the show. It's been another really hot day today, not as hot as yesterday to be fair, and I actually slept, it took me really a long time to get to sleep last night, not because I was too hot, just because I don't know why. There's literally no logical reason. I wasn't aware that I was worried about anything, but I just couldn't sleep particularly. So I think it's possibly because it got bright early again, and because I woke up early, I then couldn't get back to sleep. Maybe that's what it is. So eventually I just thought sod the heat, and I turned I pulled the blind down and got a few more hours. I only really wanted to achieve one thing today, which I have done, and that was to get my music podcast recorded. So it's not usually that difficult. So the first thing I do is I compile the actual chart. In fact, I did that on Friday because my chart is just the official chart with any non-British artists stripped out. So I don't always do it on Friday, but I did it this Friday, basically the day that the chart was revealed. The next segment is a news segment, and I literally I have email alerts that send me stuff relating to certain artists every day. I need to look at changing the frequency so it's every week, actually, because I'm getting so many emails, and I need them to kind of arrive on a Friday again, ideally. So I'll try and work out if there's a way of doing that. But there was a bit of news because it was the halfway point of the year, so I was able to do a little analysis on how British artists were doing in the top 40, in the singles chart and in the album chart. In fact, both the same figure, 19 out of the 26 weeks of the official album chart and the official singles chart has seen a British artist at number one. And that actually makes it sound like we're doing a lot better than we are, because on an average week, only a third of the songs in the chart are by British artists. So anyway, across the week, I compile the news. So whenever a news story comes in, if I'm in the mood, I will write the news story directly into the file that my news document, write it straight in, or I'll do a screenshot and save it as a quick note to come back to later. So I'd done most of that by yesterday as well. So the only thing I had to do today was listen to the new album by Muse, which is the album I'm reviewing this week, and I eventually did it. I really wasn't in the mood to listen to it today. And it's called The Wow Signal. It's named after, a 72-second burst of radio message came from what they think was from the direction of the Sagittarius galaxy, is that right? Or the Sagittarius, not galaxy. From that direction. And the person who was listening to it in 1977 wrote "wow!" down next to it, because there was a chance it was a signal from an alien. So that was interesting. Anyway, I wrote the album review, but I wasn't in the mood to record it straight away. I've done quite a lot of reading today. So because I've got in my new bedroom, I've got a lovely reading spot by a window, and it's nice and light and airy. I've been reading on and off quite a bit of this year, actually. I've been reading the Murakami epic 1Q84. And I've got a Folio Society edition, it's 1,100 pages long, split over two books. One that's about 700, one that's about 400, roughly. I've actually made some real headway in the last few days. I've got to the important part of the story. And there was a bit yesterday where I had to know what happened next, so I actually read quite a few chapters when I only planned to read a couple. So I'm reading two chapters a day. So the narrative is split between two characters. You got one alternating chapters telling you about each character. I can't remember if I told you all this recently. Probably have, so I'll shut up about it. I must have done, actually. So I remember saying it before, and there's nowhere else I would have put it. Anyway, so I've almost finished volume 1 of the 2-volume set, and volume 1 is actually 2/3 of the story. I'm also reading some Pratchett and enjoying that as well. So it took me a little while to be in the right mood to get round to actually recording the podcast. But it's done, it's edited, it's uploaded, it will release on Monday at some point in the morning. And then, yeah, I can not think about music for another sort of few days, which is good. Really, if I can get the bulk of the work into Friday and Saturday, then that's terrific. I haven't done any writing today, just because I've been very warm and it's not felt like the right environment. One of the things I'm going to do next month is try and get back into the old writing 1,000 words a day. Basically, I haven't really been setting myself targets this year. Last year I started setting myself I will do this much this month, and I've kind of had a go at it this year, but I haven't really succeeded in really sticking to them. So but yeah, so I want to start chapter 29. Chapter 29 starts with an additional scene that I hadn't thought of, but I'm going to have to put in because of some material I signed off yesterday. But it kind of makes sense that it's there, so that's all good. It's stuff featuring Lady Decite and Isabel. And yeah, so that's about it. So, lazy-ish day, got the podcast recorded. I also built some Lego. I'm one bag away from finishing the 10th anniversary modular series set, which is quite a complicated thing. So it's got cake shop, flower shop, photography studio, dentist. Then there looks like there's a music shop of some kind. It's quite an interesting little set. Anyway, that's enough from me. Off to Singapore tomorrow, which is, as I say, that's usually quite a good trip for getting some writing done. So let's see if I manage. Take care. Thank you for listening. I'll talk to you tomorrow before I leave. Bye-bye.
You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by me, Richard A. Boxall. Thank you for tuning in to my cogitative considerations, and if you'd like to know more about me or my projects, visit my link tree on linktr.ee/Richard Writes. Capital R, capital W. Thank you for listening.